Welcome to the Powerful Comicsman podcast. This is Jerald Dorado, and today we conclude the 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series. But before we continue, for the last time on this series, let me just tell you about our online bake shop, Miyucha Lux Cakes. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook at hello.miucha. That's at HELLO.MIUCCIA. The best vegan desserts are there. You're gonna find them. Cookies, donuts, and lots of amazing surprises. But I'm telling you, vegan or non-vegan, Miucha Lux Cakes is the best. And this podcast series is available too on www.comicsman.com/40lifewisdom at 40. So all of the episodes are there compiled in that page. So browse it. There are 39 other episodes waiting for you, and I suggest you check them out one by one. Okay, so you have missed a lot already if this is the first episode you are listening to in this series. But then again, let's go ahead with it. Okay? At number 40, the last episode, look as far as you can possibly see. Yeah, I was actually thinking of um the last life wisdom that I'm gonna choose for this series, and this is this had been quite a journey, a very unique journey for me creating this, and I I I never thought that never in my life did I think of myself as somebody who can act like this, become a life guru, life coach, doing these kinds of content. Although a lot of the things that I've mentioned here were already discussed in many of the regular podcast in TPKP. I just compiled them and made very specific episodes about those things that I've learned over the past 40 years. Actually, there's still plenty of things that I could have included here, but we gotta limit it at 40 because this is a special project for my 40th birthday, my upcoming 40th birthday, which should be today. So today, when you're hearing this for the first time, this is gonna be released on my birthday, April 7th, 2021. And I created this episode because, the series rather, because I kind of felt sentimental about it. And since it's lockdown, I do not have a lot of ways to celebrate my 40th. There's gonna be a little something. It's every uh, every decade of your life. Um, I don't, but every 10 years, 10th birthdays. I forget what it's called, but every 10 years, 20, 30, 40, you you do something a little bit special, a little bit more special than the previous ones. Okay, so on the 40th, since it's lockdown, I thought I'd do something more meaningful, something that would that I can be proud of, that I can be proud of, and I didn't care anymore if uh, if I'm if I'm qualified to do this. Well, this is the 40th episode. I suppose I am. Yeah, because I'm gonna I practice what I preach. At least for the most part. Sometimes I'm not perfect. Okay, the things that I mentioned here, a lot of them I falter as well. I falter to do. Just because I mentioned them, sometimes I'm still conquered by doubts. Sometimes I still get scared. Sometimes I still freeze. I'm still I'm still left undecided, undecisive, and these are these are natural things. But all that I've been sharing in this series had been ways to counter that, because you will be afraid. You will not stop being afraid. That's just life. That is just how it's gonna be until for your entire existence here on earth. Whether you live 40, 50, 60, or even you reach 100, that would be a constant. Because, like I've mentioned before, life or earth, this world, is a wild place. No matter how much the modern era, the modern technologies that you have, no matter how great the illusion of comfort. Well, there's illusion. Comfort is, of course, it's also a reality, but it can also be taken away, and things can change in an instant. And all that I've been um, talking about is for us. Hopefully, you can listen. Hopefully, I got to share something useful in the series. So hopefully, there's something that would stick, that you'd carry on, and I don't know, maybe remember that. Hey, I learned that from Comicsman. If I get one or two of those, I'm happy. And this had been quite a journey. This is, from what I found out, is this is kind of the easiest way to write a book. Because basically, I've written a book in if I transcribe the things that I've said, I'm definitely gonna have to rewrite them. Because I listened to some of the episodes, and damn, if you write it down, that's bad writing. Okay, you get it when you listen, but it's different when you're reading. And I don't know, this is just something that I did not um see myself doing. This is a detour that's quite unexpected. And in this last episode, I said, look as far as you can possibly see. We talked about looking into the stars, the infinity of space, of the cosmos, the infinity of everything, of time and space. But the 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 fact is, we are very limited. Our our perception, our our capabilities as human beings are very limited. And but then again, I think it will be it's beneficial if you can look far ahead as far as you can see, some as far as you can comprehend. Try reaching, try achieving, push your push your capabilities beyond what you know you can do. Do not be, because that's just the fact of life. One thing that I discovered, sometimes the things that scare you the most, when you actually try them, they're actually quite simple things. They're actually quite, that's exactly that, simple. Let's say talking to talking to girls. When I was younger, talking to women was terrifying. It's terrifying to talk to girls, especially the ones that you that you like, that you have a crush on. Most men, I don't know if it's most, but a lot of men, I know a lot of men who would freeze. One of my best friends, he would literally freeze whenever an attractive girl is around, is within the vicinity. It's not, they're not, that girl doesn't even need to be hanging out with us. She could be from many tables away from us, and the the fact of seeing, to that guy, to my friend, just seeing her, just having her in the range of his sight is enough for him to freeze up. And then again, I used to feel that way too, until, damn, I tried talking to to women. I tried talking to girls that I liked, and you know what? It's not that bad. I actually found out that it's one, when you get used to it. Well, number one, it's not scary, and they actually, as as long as you're doing it politely, you're not being a creep. Uh, they're cool with it for the most part, and a lot of girls are actually just people too. They want company. They um they want to be accepted, because sometimes not talking to them, even for reasons like it's because you like them, it's because natotorpe ka, is still ostracizing them. Well, of course, this differs from women to women, okay? But my point is, once you get used to it, you just you will find it eventually to be a very, very menial, very, you can reach effortlessness. It's very easy if you just drop the fear. If you just think that there's nothing, that what could what's the worst thing that could happen? Okay. Well, I've been rejected by by girls many times too, but it's fine. I did not die. It's fine. It's you get some, you lose some, and don't don't take it hard on yourself if you lose some. And this would also apply to different kinds of wants and desires that you have. Maybe I don't know. You think you should be uh, the the singer for this band. We've talked about this in previous episodes. Raise your hand. If anybody's gonna do it, it could be you. You could be the one, but it can never be you if you do not rise up to the occasion. Okay. And before you can rise up to the occasion, you could at least first see yourself doing it and entertain the possibility of coming out of your comfort zone. This happened to me too. I think I mentioned this before when during the first time that I sang in a band, and it was life changing. All of the fears, all of the all of the things, because I was terrified, horrified even at just the thought of me singing, just standing in front of a stage, on stage in front of the entire class, not just class, entire batch of students. That was freshman orientation night, or afternoon, back in the late 90s, mid 90s. And and then, well, I suppose sometimes things could go horribly wrong. I'm blessed that I had the talent for it, but you know what? Sometimes you can just screw up, and that's okay. That's okay as long as you're not doing a crime. As long as you can have a positive a positive outlook to failure, then you'd be able to recover. Having good character. So I never thought before, never in my life, just like me, having no idea that one day I'm gonna be doing a project like this series. If you told me in let's say grade 4 elementary that during my high school I will be one of the most popular guys in school, I would have never believed you. That's ridiculous. That's impossible. And yet that happened. And well, it could already have happened to you. Maybe you already have a dream job. You are already in your dream job. You are already, there's got to be something that's going on correctly in your life. Maybe you got your girlfriend is the girl of your dreams right now. You have never thought somebody like her or him it would like you back, or I don't know, you could afford a car, a really nice car. Maybe you have you've been able to save enough for a Mercedes Benz. I don't know, or just even a simple car. Probably maybe something that you never thought you would achieve. Maybe you're drawing for I don't know, uh, an animation studio. You have clients abroad. You are making a living doing your passion, drawing, singing, which things that you were just fantasizing about when you were a kid. And yet here it is. It is your reality. It's not a fantasy anymore. And you know what? The good news is these fantasies that were unreachable prior to actually achieving them, uh, that's not true. It is actually very achievable as you are now experiencing them. So that means there would always be a new goal, a higher goal, a more lofty one, a more another step that just presents itself, the um a new mountain to climb right after getting into the peak of a mountain that you previously thought was unconquerable. Then you can do that as well. You can climb that mountain as well and reach it. And the thing is, it's gonna be easier because you have already learned. You already know how to. All you need to do is just follow the same approach, the same formula that you have developed climbing that smaller mountain. Because in reality, that's really just it. That's it. It's the same process, maybe a different set of variables: new setting, new people, new place, new rules. But the method, these are these are time tested um, formulas, and nothing could be, if you can put in the work, you can basically do anything. If you can develop technology, or sky's the limit. Look as far as you can see. Look, uh, if these are not just for material things. There are also, I don't know, maybe relationship barriers that you have to conquer. These are a different kind of mountain. Maybe it's about your parents. It's your parents. You can't forgive them. It's very hard to communicate. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a parent who I was just browsing the internet earlier. I I watched a story of a girl who was abandoned by her father, their entire family, abandoned by their father over a new woman that he impregnated. So the father ditched his old family and ran off with a new one, abandoning them, and she feels very bitter about it. Maybe that's you, or it's something similar, something very painful. Maybe it's a former lover who dumped you, who cheated on you, who stole from you. If you ever watch the Rafi Tulfo in action episodes, you will see a lot of horrible deeds done by people to people who who they are supposed to care for and love. The capacity of uh, of us, of humans, hurting other humans, not just physically but also emotionally. it is tremendous. And the hurt, the pain, the scars, they could be really deep and long lasting. But you know what? These are mountains that can also be conquered. And just as the dream that you thought impossible to reach, you might think these are impossible to get over with as well. But you know what? There can be miracles. I don't know what's gonna happen. You can work on them. At the very least, free yourself from 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 the hurt. Forgive. Again, if you go back to the forgiveness episode on the series, forgiveness is a thing that you is a gift for yourself. You're not forgiving to to give that to the person that offended you. That is not for him or her. It is for you. It is for your peace of mind. If you cannot, it will be best if you can. If you can, what's the word? If you can be, if you can rebuild your relationship with your parents, your father, that girl that I saw on video, it will be amazing if she can reunite with her father and forgive each other and reclaim lost time. But I also I also acknowledge that sometimes some things are just not on the table anymore. Of course, you can still work harder, but these things need cooperation on both from both parties. So there are complications with that. And but like I said in other another episode too, you should be your own best friend. You should watch for over yourself first. Make sure you are well taken care of, at least on your end, because sometimes we are capable of do not underestimate your own ability to help yourself. Just starting, just recognizing and making that first move to 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 make things better, to make things right. That is huge. That is huge. But whatever the case, you can look far ahead, and you can make progress. You don't have the feelings that you think, the pain that you think are inconquerable. That is a lie. You can there are ways, there's a method, there are things you can do to free you. That's the key word, being free. Free yourself from pain. And sometimes it would involve other people, giving chance, second chances, um, trying out new things, uh, going out of your comfort zone again. Because most of the time, that's what it takes. Um, you just, but of course, you got to learn. You got to learn whatever misdeeds that that you have done to be in the situation of despair that you might be into right now. Also acknowledge that most of the time you have a little participation in that. And I'm not telling you to to victim blame yourself, okay? Because sometimes if you get bullied, if you don't stand up, then of course I'm not gonna tolerate the bully. But you also have the option to stand for yourself. I know I've been bullied before as well. I've been both. I've been a bully and a and a bullied kid. And I understand the helplessness when you're being bullied. But sometimes I also think about it, and you know what? I could have I could have punched him right in the mouth right there. So sometimes these memories are still so vivid to you, right? Or I could have said something that would stop this person. Maybe you're in an argument, not just the physical altercation of bullying, right? You know, if I could have said this, and that could have been a showstopper, diba? And sometimes you just fail to act and react to a bullying situation. And these are things that you should forgive yourself about. You need to acknowledge some sort of uh, of lack in effort on your end. Um, so let's go back to looking as far as you can possibly see. I suppose I suppose that's it. Just just know the the unlimited potential of what you can do. Do not sell yourself short. And yeah, the things that I've said from all of the previous episodes, I think um if you develop the character, because that's the entire point of this series, develop a good character, develop good ethics and discipline, taking responsibility, being optimistic, being being having more higher standards for yourself, for others on your work, and aiming to be somebody who is able to help and not be the one to be helped. And then when you develop these characteristics, then you can apply them. You can be a handyman to problems, first for yourself and others, and then maybe one day you can pass on the knowledge too to other people who might need it. Maybe that's maybe that's the purpose of this, that I am not fully aware of. Maybe this is just me coming in full circle. But you know what? I'm only 40. It's probably not. Uh, there's still a lot of things for me to look forward to. I don't know. I don't know if you're still willing to stick around, but yeah, let's do a 50. A 50 life wisdom after 50. Or maybe I'll just add 10 more. I don't know. That's another thing about looking as far as you can possibly see. Uh, the thing is the future. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows what it looks like. Right? You don't know what really lies ahead, and that's if you can't see what lies ahead, then you can't see beyond it. Of course, right? So the you can own the possible things that you can see only. The farthest you can see is where that line divides. But you can speculate. You can you can still apply the things that you have learned. I know that's what I'm gonna do. What helped me traverse the last 40 years, probably I'm gonna use for the next 40. And I don't know, maybe some of the things that I mentioned here, some of the life wisdoms that I shared, I don't know, maybe one day I will revise them. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I would be honest. Hopefully the things that I wrote here or talked about here are really useful. Uh because that would be trouble later on. Or I don't know. I don't know how I would be like when I'm 50. And I'm actually excited for it. I cannot see it, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay? But I'm looking as far as I can. I can imagine what the things that my eyes cannot see, where it ends, where my sight ends, my imagination begins. So again, it's the joys of imagination. I can imagine how I am when I'm 50. Um, I'm imagining a guy doing well, and you know what? Hopefully, it's true. If things go into plan, things go well. If there's no wars, no super volcano or asteroid, then I suppose I'm gonna be good. But we'll never know. We'll never know. It is very uncertain, and uh, it's it's very profound. Now that this series is ending, it is very profound for me to be talking about the future. I feel a little weird because you know what? I might not even reach 50. There's a lot of things going on in my head right now. And to those who are not aware, I'm not reading any scripts in this entire series. So I am just saying what I'm thinking as I speak, and it's hopefully I'm still making sense. It is weird to I am to think about the future and speculate. especially right now. And I I I'm doing thought experiments. I'm doing yeah, that's another thing. Thought experiments. Play things out in your head how things will happen. That's another way of imagining and looking into the future. Yeah, so I suppose that's all. I suppose that's all that I could share. Have I just want to thank everybody who listened to, if you are somebody who listened to all of the episodes in the series. Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully you you learned something. You probably did if you're still sticking around. And if you're greeting me happy birthday, thank you too. It's my birthday today. And it's been an honor if you actually listened to all of the things that I just said. And I suppose that is the series. I suppose that's the series. Uh, I would like to play a song. This is an original composition. I wrote this a few years ago, and actually, "Look as Far as You Can Possibly See" is a lyric from this song, and I thought this would be the perfect way to end 40 life wisdom at 40. Yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully you pick up something positive from this series. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna play right now. "Look as Far as You Can Possibly See." Powerful Comics Man podcast. I'm done with waiting for the wormholes and time machines. Sometimes I'd rather go back to my childish dreams. I'd really love to wait, but I know I don't have the time. But I got a feeling you do just fine. Living as many lifetimes as you can dream. You can even skip the parts of the unpleasant scenes. I'm looking as far as I'm looking as far as I could possibly see. Just a little bit of time I got, bending a little bit of space, and there's a little bit of spark I'm at, and all the stuff that I am made. And there's a little bit of warmth I got for me to give or to take. And there's a little bit of chance I got to do some little bits of change. I used to think someone could make sense of it all, but there are lights out there that's yet to reach this world. All I know is that I could never comprehend, get out of bounds of the beginning and the end. This overwhelming vastness will make you tiny, but in our minds we got infinity. I'm looking as far as I'm looking as far as I could possibly see. just a little bit of time I got, bending a little bit of space, and there's a little bit of spot I'm at, and all the stuff that I am made, and there's a little bit of warmth I got for me to give or to take, and there's a little bit of chance I got to do some little bits of change. A little bit of things that would make you bigger, make this all worthwhile. Things that would make you bigger, make this all worthwhile. Things that would make you bigger, make this all worthwhile. Things that would make you bigger, make this